Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk with Saieed Ali. I am your host, Saieed. We do want to thank you for joining us tonight, Monday the 29th of August 2022. Remember, you are viewing Real Talk with Saieed Ali live on Synergy Network. We are our office, Real Talk Group of Companies, Real Talk Studios, Real Talk Security, Real Talk Finance and Investment, Real Talk Loans. We are located at number 14 Carolina Savannah Road in Shogunas. We have our office in San Fernando, 132 Cipero Road, Victoria Village in San Fernando, viewers. Their phone numbers are 242-7690. You can contact our South office for all your investment and loans in the San Fernando area. Those of you in Shogunas, you can contact me at 339-1670 or 238-6716. That is our central number. So viewers, it's a pleasure to be here this Monday night. It's been flood in Trinidad and Tobago, some places in north and some places in south, but nevertheless in central, I give God thanks. I'm on solid grounds. So, remember to share our live stream here on Facebook, Real Talk with Saieed Ali. We are on YouTube, TT Real Talk. Subscribe, hit the bell, and you would know when we go live. So if you're looking for cash and you don't know where to turn, I'm a licensed money lender. As long as you have some form of security or collateral, house, land, car, gold, as long as you're not owing on these things, you want to do business with me, you want money borrowed, not a problem. Come down to my office on number 14 Carolina Savannah Road in Shogunas. It's Real Talk Group of Company head office. We will sit down and we will have a discussion. Remember, you love to borrow, I love to lend, to put a smile on your face. So those of you, remember, I'm a spiritual consultant. You're looking for spiritual problems and things and you don't know where to turn, contact me. And we'll have a discussion. So viewers, it's Mashup Monday tonight, right here on Real Talk with Saieed Ali. So as we start off our program tonight, corridor competition is on Wednesday coming at Pier Road Recreation Ground. It's Real Talk Group of Company first corridor cookout competition. So we're going to have some fun, entertainment, live entertainment. We're going to have Tassa. We're going to have DJ. We're going to have some fun in the sun. Let's hope it does not rain on that day, viewers. So those of you, you have until 12 o'clock tomorrow before the final registration close off. So if you want to come and sell your pulori and your aloo pie and whatever it is, there's also a space for that. It's a $300 registration to book your tent. The corridor competition, it is $6,000 first prize. It's $600 per registration, viewers. All you have to do is walk with your water and your corridor and whatever it is you want to display. And the tent is yours for $600 for the day. Remember, we start at 10 a.m. and we're trying to finish by 6, 7. Judging is between 1 and 2 for the corridor competition. And those of you that are walking with your firecracker and your gas tank, for the safety of the fire officers not shutting down your tent, make sure that your connections is safe. Please do so. Yes, we're going to have fire extinguishers. We're going to have fire officers on site. We're going to have ambulance. All these things have been provided. But make sure your connections from your gas tank to your firecracker or your fireside, whatever it is you're coming to Korea dock on, make sure it is safe. We do not want you to come and pay for your corridor competition, and next thing you know, the fire department, the officers there, they have to shut you down. So make sure your clips, your hose, your firecracker, it is intact. We want you to come, cook, and win the competition. That is what we want you to do. So remember that. So as we start off our program tonight, as both countries struggle to deal with the rise in crime, Jamaica and Trinidad will collaborate on issues of national security. Jamaican Prime Minister Andrew Holiness and a delegate are in TNT for the country's 60th Independence Day celebration. Earlier today, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley and PM of Jamaica they signed a memorandum of understanding on trade matters. Holiness said both governments will be drafting legislation to have the registration of business in either countries recognized in both countries. So that's a go for Trinidad and Tobago thus far, doing business in the Caribbean. You know, the Foreign Affairs Minister supposed to be dealing with these things. The Foreign Affairs Minister supposed to make sure from Trinidad go up to Tobago to all the Caribbean islands we have memorandum of understanding where we could do free trade. But some of these duncy headmen only thinking about themselves. Once a year you go do something and that's it. You're there for 5 years and you're doing one good thing in 12 months. But then again, the perks and the money and the kickbacks and wherever it is, that's all you're there for, you know. Other than that, in my book, you're just wasting God time on earth here, you know. I'm telling you. You're just wasting time on earth here. Being a minister for 5 years and doing nothing for your country, you're wasting my time. You're wasting my time. Hence the reason why I always put them on the spot. Hence the reason why. You want to represent your country, you're representing your constituency, not a problem. Get something done. Get something done and let them know, well, hey, I did this for my country, and I did that for my country, and I did this for my constituency. But when you have nothing to show for 5 years, or for 5 weeks, or for 5 months, who the hell are you? You are nothing. That is how I would see you. Absolutely nothing. A failure. But nevertheless, students will not be required to wear face masks when school reopens on September 5th. However, Chief Education Officer Dr. Peter Smith says masks will be necessary but not mandatory. You see, I does not understand these things, you know. Because I am reading to you, Dr. Peter Smith says mask will be necessary. It's necessary to have a mask, but it's not mandatory. These were the cock and bull nonsense they start. This is where the cock and bull nonsense they start now. And you just want to know, beside why it is you light up me? Make sense out of make sense from this. It's necessary, but it's not mandatory. Is that a two head? Is that a two thing wrong with you? Is that your head is functioning or you really in the way you're saying? One out of the two. Saieed, when you come to school, make sure you have your mask, eh? It's necessary, but it's not mandatory. And the man is a doctor, you know. It's a Dr. Peter Smith said that. I don't know where these men is come out from, you know, serious. I don't know. Students will not be required to wear face masks when school reopen on September 5th. However, Chief Education Officer Dr. Peter Smith says masks will be necessary but not mandatory. I just read it back for you so you got to understand the nonsense they're talking about. Where is the Education Minister on a matter like this? Where are they? Nowhere to be found. Because she probably tried to make sense out of that statement. I don't blame she for hiding. Moving along as we start off our program tonight, it's Mashup Monday, 2386716 is the phone line to call in. Feel free to do so we can have a proper discussion, you and I. Prime Minister Dr. Saieed Ali has condemned what he's saying is support by trade union and the opposition for the escalating protest by scrap iron workers who are agitating over government decision to ban scrap metal export for 6 months. I'm going to say this. If you ask any one of these scrap iron dealers, who is the person that buying the copper lines that TSTT have been losing, you know, each one of them going to say, well, we don't know. Each one of them will say, well, we don't know. We're working hard. We understand that. We understand you're working hard. But somebody in the Scrap Iron Dealers Association buying it out. Everybody innocent, you know. Everybody innocent. Scrap iron workers blocked the northbound carriageway of the Sir Solomon Hochoy Highway this morning, triggering a massive traffic gridlock. However, the PM released the following brief statement on the matter via his Facebook page. Now, several persons responded to Dr. Rowley's comment, agreeing with his condemnation of those believed to be aiding and abetting the scrap iron workers in their increasingly disruptive protests. Another response echoed similar sentiments. Wrong move by the union, expecting nothing better from the opposition. Some parents also pointed to the chaos that could ensure the protest continue into the new school term. Now, why would you want something like this to continue? Look how much crime taking place in Trinidad. Where are these protests? I'm going to ask, where are they? Where are the protesters? Where is the protest to clamp down on crime? We're not hearing it. We're not seeing it. But it's okay. It is okay if somebody cut down the STT cable line, go and sell it, and I cannot get a transaction done. I cannot get a phone call made, but it is all well and good. Whilst I'm losing connection, but it is all well and good. We will protest because scrap iron shut down. Call a good night.
Good night, Saieed, and to all your listeners. This is the vacuum vagrant. You see that shutdown today? That has to fall on the Prime Minister's chest. And let me answer the question. You're making a decision to shut down an industry. You remember when we shut down Petrotrain, there was no contingency plan, and what it resulted into? No bitumen and no roads. So that decision is a real bad decision. Now you're shutting down the scrap iron dealers, which is an industry. What was your contingency plan? What the police was doing, what the army was doing. The place where they shut it down is the most used roadway in Trinidad, you know. So where the police was, they were sleeping like Fitzy. Are you not anticipating something like this? So all this harsh statement condemning the unions and the opposition, that deflecting from the real responsibility. You as the leader of the country, you have to take charge of what is going on. You have to plan, strategize, be proactive and preventative in your dealings. So he has failed miserably and continue to fail. You understand that?
Thank you, Mike.
It's so sad we have a leader. I don't want it to be offensive, but apparently he has a shallow above his shoulder. It's shallow. He has no brains. I mean to say that he has simple management thing. Look, for example, when a company going on strike, what the management do? Don't they anticipate and bring him back up and do things? Go on, Saieed. Have a nice night.
Thank you very much, my friend. Meanwhile, OWTV President General Ansel Roger is threatening to take legal action against Prime Minister Dr. Rowley for statements he made linking him to the scrap iron dealers' protest in Claxon Bay this morning. Viewers, we are going for a short commercial break, but when we come back, we're going to have lots more right here on Real Talk with Saieed Ali.
Central Trinidad. Get ready as Real Talk, a group of companies, presents their first corridor competition on Independence Day, 31st of August 2022, from 10 a.m. till at Pier Road Recreation Ground, Shagwanas. Registration fee is just $600. Registration will be closed off on 24th of August. Big prizes to be given out. First place, $6,000. Second place, $4,000. Best presentation, best taste, best tent decoration. So walk with your coolers, but remember, no glass bottles allowed. So tell your friend, tell your family, this Independence Day, all roads lead to Pier Road Recreation Ground, Shagwanas, as a Real Talk group of companies host their first corridor competition as we party with Selector Flex, Daddy Chinese, Dubraj Prasad, Suresh Maraj, Aditya C. Prasad, Raju Lalu, Amila Lalu, Show Blazer, all powered by Soundboys Sound System. So remember, the place to be on the 31st of August, this Independence, is at Pier Road Recreation Ground as we curry duck. For further information, contact 238-6716 or 242-7690 or 339-1670.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Real Talk Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Real Talk Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
Do you want to make the best investment but not sure where to turn? Put your mind at ease and worry no more. Real Talk Group of Companies is giving you a whopping 3.5% interest on your investments. Come on down and visit us today. We have 2 convenient locations just for you. Visit us at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando. Sit back and watch your money grow at Real Talk Investment. Do contact us now at 238-6716, 339-1670, or 242-7690. Our team of professionals are waiting for you. Grab this opportunity and invest today. Real Talk Investment, helping real people make real money. This ad was paid for by the Real Talk Group of Companies Limited.
Welcome back to Real Talk, viewers. So here it is. Social Development and Family Service Minister Donna Cox has rejected claims made by Shagwanas East MP Vandana Mohit that persons displaced by the ban on export of scrap iron were eligible for state grant. Mohit previously slammed Cox for saying workers affected by government decision to ban scrap iron export for 6 months could apply to her ministry for grants. The Scrap Iron Dealers Association have also been objecting to the decision and has threatened to go to court. Cox said the scrap iron dealers can apply for any of the grants once they are eligible. Not bad. She also states that food support grant is offered to all eligible citizens and legal residents of Trinidad and Tobago. Not bad, not bad. Kola, good night.
Good night, Mr. Said.
Go right ahead, you're live on Real Talk.
Yes, the eligible to get grant from the services is not as easy as it sounds. Because it has people outside there who are really in need and they just cannot get anything from them.
True. Well said.
Right? So, so that eligible thing, whether they be talking about, that is crap. And what I support here, I support the decision for the government to stop the scrap iron industry right now for that 6 months. I will tell you why. You see, they didn't have to shut down the industry itself. They could have shut down the part to buy copper and to export the copper. Because the copper is where they're cutting them all the cable all over the place. Now, this was a dangerous matter and they get warning before. And when they got that warning before, remember, it's not affecting them, it's affecting other citizens. Via the cable, via the internet, via the phone, because if it have an emergency, who are you going to call and how are you going to call?
Correct.
And these are the things that they were warned, but they never take it to heed, and it is good for them. Let us suffer now, because at the end of the day, they had other people suffering. So don't feel sorry for them and don't take part for them at the end of the day. The government is right to do what it is. I support the government in this, what they did for them. Have a pleasant night.
Thank you, my friend. Now, I would support the government because I would tell you something. To make a transaction, you had to wait and delay and call back to get through their phone call. A simple thing as a cell phone call, you're getting problems. You're getting problems. And if you ask anybody in the scrap iron industry, who buying the lines? Nobody knows. No, my Navin here, he just play music. I wonder if he buying the copper line and the brass line from Wassa. I wonder if my workers buying it. I wonder if media workers buying iron, buying copper and brass. Nobody knows. It's a bloody hell stinking shame, but this is where we reach to. This is where we reach to. So moving along. After another disappointing interaction, Chief Personnel Officer of the CPO, Darrell Dindial, has again refused to budge from the wage increase offer of 4% for the year 2014 to 2019. According to the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service Social and Welfare Association President Gideon Dixon, his membership remained resistant that the offer on the table should be rejected once again. Gideon stated that his executive has been given 2 weeks to respond to the CPO. However, Dixon is very aware of what the CPO's next step might be. Two other arms of the protective service in this country, the fire service and the prison service, are said to be gearing up to take matters into their own hands. Both associations indicates that their membership were dissatisfied with the 4% offer and were ready to take the necessary action, although they did not divulge what that might be. So it's a bacchanal ride. Caller, good night.
Good night, Mr. Saieed.
I think we have some bad connection there. I do apologize for that, my friend. Thank you so much. But if you try again and you get through, all well and good. Moving along, viewers. Slow and steady progress is being made in acquiring monkeypox vaccine for the country. This country, as TNT is expected to sign another agreement. Another agreement we're going to sign. Indemnity agreement now. That is what we're going to sign. TNT has placed an indicative order for the vaccine through the Pan American Health Organization, PAHU, and according to the Minister of Health, Terence Dial Singh, who I call Terry, the organization recently communicated with the country, this country. He states that the ministry got response from PAHU that the usual indemnification agreement by the Attorney General must be completed. Listen to this.
Trinidad and Tobago was one of the first countries to sign up. So we have now got correspondence from PAHU that we have to do the usual indemnification agreement by the Attorney General. Same process that we had used in the past to procure COVID vaccines.
Now Trinidad and Tobago, the other thing added that the ministry was waiting on the result of one monkeypox sample submitted for testing, while Trinidad and Tobago has submitted 13 samples for testing of the disease, with all returning negative, and hope for the same thing pending this sample.
I can report that we have sent 12 samples for testing. To date, all 12 samples are negative. Sample number 13 is being run as we speak. Hopefully that will be negative, but we keep our fingers crossed.
Now Trinidad and Tobago. Indemnity. I want you to understand that. I want you to understand the meaning of this word. indemnity is secure or protection against a loss or other financial burden. Slow and steady progress is being made in acquiring monkeypox vaccine for the country, as TNT is expected to sign an indemnity agreement with PAHO. So this agreement now is to secure indemnity, is to secure or protect against a loss or other financial burden. Why the hell the government didn't sign one of this with COVID-19 vaccine? Just saying. Call her good night. Hello?
Hello?
Go right ahead.
Yes, sir. Good night.
Good night.
You see this scrap iron business?
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Saeed, I have 3 motherless children here. These people come and take my long-time iron bed. And I say this man going to the truck for the money. I haven't seen them yet.
They take your bed?
Yes, they come with the whole iron bed.
So wait. They walk into your compound. Where was this iron bed?
I call them, what's the seat? I call them, what's the seat? And the fellow said, say, all right. He said, I'm coming now. And we went out through the gateway, we went on the road with it. And I stand up there waiting, thinking the man must have gone to the van for the money.
Lord,
but just imagine children from the primary school, when this van passes, this trying making this van a mockery. They say, look at them thief. They taking people and they give them the money. Look at them. All look all this scrap iron.
Witness that they're robbing the little children too?
Parents.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you so much. The connection is bad. We do apologize for that. Health Minister Terence Dialsing has stated that there are ample supply of COVID-19 vaccine as cases increase in Trinidad and Tobago. Responding to the question about the COVID-19 vaccine stock, Dialsing said there are 247,583 Sinopharm vaccine which will expire next June. There are 186,285 Johnson & Johnson single-dose vaccine which will expire in May 2023 and in May 2023 and July 2023. While the AstraZeneca vaccine have been out of the system for a long time. Listen to the Minister of Health.
So Sinopharm vaccines, available balance 247,583, expiring June 2023. Adult Pfizer, as you know, those have been exhausted, and whatever stock that was remaining was they were destroyed. Johnson & Johnson vaccines, 186,285. Some are expiring in May 2023 and some are expiring in July 2023. AstraZeneca has been out of the system for a very long time. Those expired sometime last year. So we have no stocks of AstraZeneca holding.
Now viewers, Pfizer vaccine for children 5 to 11 years old. There's 37,778 of the 43,200 doses remain and will expire in October. The minister appealed to parents to take the advantage of the Pfizer pediatric vaccine since schools are reopening. Listen to this.
The Pfizer pediatric doses, that's the 5 to 11. That was the gift we received from the government and people of Spain. We had received 43,200. The available balance now is 37,778. And as I indicated earlier, those are expiring in October 2022. And that's why we are appealing to parents. If you want to take advantage of the Pfizer pediatric vaccines, especially in light of school reopening, do it sooner rather than later, so we can get your first shot and second shot in before they expire in October 2022.
So Trinidad and Tobago, he advised persons who are young and unvaccinated or vaccinated and unmasked to be in compliance. To be in compliance. Now, listen. About going out and then exposing their COVID-19 status to the elderly parents and grandparents. Hey, hear this now, hold on to that. I just wonder about Terry sometime, you know. You see, I go tell you something. These citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, they realized what was taking place with the vaccine and how the health ministry was functioning in Trinidad and Tobago. Hence the reason why they got a sudden drop. Listen to Terry.
We cannot become complacent. Too many people are becoming complacent, exposing themselves in a lots of social settings. When I look at the events and so on, without masks, even if you are young and you are unvaccinated or vaccinated, unmasked, but then you go home and expose your COVID status to your elderly parents, grandparents, that is the kind of transmission that we would advise people to be aware of. That even though you are well and you expose yourself to the virus by being in a big setting unmasked, you run the risk of really affecting negatively your elderly parents or grandparents. At this stage of the pandemic, where things seem to be winding down, I am choosing my words carefully, seem to be winding down, we don't know what is around the corner.
So Trinidad and Tobago, we are going for a short commercial break, but when we come back, we're going to hear what Heinz have to say on the crime situation in Trinidad and Tobago right after this break.
Are you looking for quick cash and do not know where to turn? We have got the answer for you. Visit us at RealTalk Group of Companies. We are a licensed money lending financial institution. We are located at number 14 Caroni Savannah Road, Chaguanas. Our phone numbers are 339-1670, 267-7325 or 238-6716. Contact us today. We look forward to hearing from you.
Central Trinidad, get ready as Real Talk, a group of companies, presents their first corridor competition on Independence Day, 31st of August 2022 from 10 a.m. till at Pier Road Recreation Ground, Chaguanas. Registration fee is just $600. Registration will be closed off on 24th of August. Big prizes to be given out. First place, $6,000. Second place, $4,000. Best presentation, best taste, best tent decoration. So walk with your coolers, but remember, no glass bottles allowed. So tell your friend, tell your family, this Independence Day, all roads lead to Pier Road Recreation Ground, Chaguanas, as Real Talk Group of Companies host their first corridor competition as we party with Selector Flex, Daddy Chinese, Dubraj Prasad, Suresh Maraj, Aditya C. Prasad, Raju Lalu, Amila Lalu, Show Blazer, all powered by Soundboys Sound System. So remember, the place to be on the 31st of August, this Independence is at Pier Road Recreation Ground as we curry duck. For further information, contact 238-6716 or 242-7690 or 339-1670.
Remember, Trinidad and Tobago, tomorrow, 12 o'clock is the last day for registration. If you want to join in the last minute registration, not a problem. It's $600 to register. You could win as much as $6,000. $600, we'll get in a tent, 2 tables, 5 chairs, and you walk with the rest. So viewers, it's Pier Road Recreation Ground in Charleville, Chaguanas. The place to be on the 31st of August to have a fun-filled and eventful day is at Real Talk Group of Companies' first corridor cookout competition in Chaguanas. As of August 22nd, Trinidad and Tobago has recorded 7 1,855 cases of serious crime, including 378 murder and 456 shooting and wounding incidents. However, National Security Minister Fitzgerald Hines states that TNT had several challenges with crime, but the major one, hear this man now, the major one were border security, guns, and gangs. Listen to Fitzgerald Hines. Now, according to Fitzy, there were also 420 weapons seized, including 76 revolver, 244 pistol, 21 shotguns, 54 assault rifles, 5 submachine gun, and 20 homemade shotguns. He's talking about border security, guns, and gangs. Since Gary Griffith, the Commissioner of Police, former Commissioner of Police, talking about gangs, 3 years finished with Gary, and they're still talking about gangs? Listen to Fitzy.
I understand the trauma Trinidad and Tobago is going through, but I want to say to you frankly, it is serious business. It is not going to, it wasn't created overnight, and it would not be eradicated overnight. We have to be vigilant, we have to fight, and fight we will.
Now, Trinidad and Tobago, do you believe this man? Do you believe this man? We have so much of things going on here. He's the Minister of National Security. He's the same one who said it is not my job to secure the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. Well, then what the hell is his job? What is his job? He as a minister supposed to come down on TTPS, on the army, on the Coast Guard very hard. If the minister don't do it, who's going to do it? Call good night.
Very good evening to you, Mr. Saieed.
To you, my friend.
Let me make my points quickly. One, if you send that clip to replace Believe It or Not in the US, I'm sure they're going to send back and say they believe it. 2, that place subject to correction, I think it's in St. Julian Village in Princestown, where the road collapsed.
Yeah.
So practically, that village is more or less going to be cut off. Then school is opening and whatnot, and the people in a very unusual predicament here. However, the ministry said they don't have any funds, but we had funds to build that overpass from Victoria Keys to go to Westmoreland, just to accommodate one building. This is so bloody ridiculous. Saieed, all the best. Have a great evening.
Thank you, my friend. Now, you know what it's like when the viewers call in? It is like when they talk about situations happening in communities throughout Trinidad and Tobago. So the wider of Trinidad and Tobago will understand what is taking place in our country. That is why we gave the phone numbers for you to call in. Voice your concern in your community, that the wider Trinidad and Tobago will understand what is taking place. Now, school is about to reopen in a couple days' time, but road conditions deploring in Trinidad and Tobago. Deplorable, deplorable, deplorable. And I go tell you something. I want to bet that in the coming days, if they'll have protests, maxi striking, taxi striking, road condition bad, maxi taxi again pay, taxi want to increase again. Let's see what the coming days hold for us. Now, back to Hines. He said, even though the government increased the number of judges and magistrates in the court system, the justice system works too slow. He added, it was disheartening when the police did their job to catch criminals and the guilty people were given small fines or minimal sentence. Well, Heinz, what are we going to do about that? So hear what Heinz have to say now.
There's no way the executive or the parliament could tell the judiciary what to do and how to sentence someone, but I just simply want to record that gun carrying is murderous and bloody, and we would like to see the provisions of the law implemented optimally sometimes to send clear messages, especially since we are not getting the support of the opposition in the parliament on behalf of you to do the law, to put in place the laws that we want to.
See, you keep talking about the opposition and the opposition and the opposition. You are the minister. The opposition is not the minister, Fitzy. You are. And that is the problem we are having. You're always blaming the past. Oh God, the past come and gone. What you want to do, take a fishing rod with a big hook and lasso it with the past and pull it back? The past cannot come back. They're talking about gang, they're talking about violence, they're talking about guns. But what the hell are you doing about it? Absolutely nothing. You're doing nothing about it. Let me tell you something, Trinidad and Tobago. With the former Commissioner of Police, Gary Griffith, there used to be raid conducted throughout Trinidad and Tobago on a weekly basis. On a weekly basis. What do we have now? In an effort to prevent and suppress crime, Heinz highlighted several government initiatives, including a facility in the Youth Transformation and Rehabilitation Center and numerous other programs and skills for children and adults. He also added that the country would soon have radio frequency identification technology, that is RFID cards, which could identify number plates associated with vehicles owner and identify persons inside the vehicles. I remember when Faris was talking about this. Closed circuit camera. Now, there were almost 1,796 operating cameras on the road. 2,500 modern update cameras were being installed, and the government was in negotiation with a further 2,500 camera. Listen to this, viewers.
No, my duty is not to ensure that people feel safe and secure. My duty is to ensure that those organizations and agencies that are responsible for public safety, border security, that they are clear about what the people through the government's policy is, that they are provided with the resources that they need, and that I lend encouragement and general support to them. That's my duty, and that's what I do. That's what I have to continue to do.
No, Trinidad. No, Trinidad. Caller, good night.
Hello, good night, Mr. Saeed. Great program as usual.
Thank you, my friend.
I am nominating you and Real Talk for a national award for independence.
Hey, caller, don't go give to a man like me that.
Well, I am giving you that, and on behalf of the citizens, will bestow that on you and Real Talk for promoting and protecting democracy and freedom of speech. Unlike other agencies who want to suppress democracy and freedom of speech.
Yes.
So you and Real Talk, keep up the great work. We are giving you, your station and you, this national award. I know the government will give you it because you provide a platform here where the oppressed voices can be heard and the suppressed and depressed voices can be heard, and we talk about all the wrongdoings in this country because that is all they do. And Mr. Saeed, we all fighting for people like you who are making this sacrifice. Look at what you are doing to see this crime reduced in this country. This is big business for this PNM government. This bunch of notorious pirates, notorious
strong
people.
word, you know.
They destroy this country, they destroy lives, they destroy everything. So, Mr. Saeed, with your program and God, I hope something will come out better. There might be better days to come. Keep up the good work. God bless you and your program, Mr. Saeed.
Thank you, my friend, to you and your family also. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley continued to defend his decision to preserve the national monument and the building, saying those who see the national history through art can become better citizens. Dr. Ali stated that while growing up, he was taught the value of saving money, which he said he took into his tenure as Prime Minister. He said, no matter the country's economic situation, there should always be something put away to save national treasure. What is the value of this treasure? Trinidad and Tobago, I want to hear what Dr. Rowley is going to value this national treasure. What cost is he putting on this treasure? And then we're going to talk about citizens who lost their job. Then we're going to talk about COVID-19. Then we're going to talk about the roads. And then we're going to talk about escalating food price. I want to know the price he is putting on this national treasure. Remember, when the PNM administration came into power, they put a price on a painting valued $3 million, while Trinidad and Tobago had money in the treasury for 3 days. I wonder what price he's going to put on this national treasure. Let's wait and see. Hey, it's a hectic thing, you know. Dr. Rowley alluded the collection of art, which was donated from the central bank and First Citizen vast collection. The PM states that 60 years old as a nation, the treasures are our best representatives of 6 decades of the nationhood that we are promised in 1962. Call a good night.
Saeed,
Go right
I have
ahead.
to call back. One of our national treasures, I would want to believe, is the pitch lake, you know, all the best.
I was saying, that go cause bacchanal. That go cause bacchanal. But I want to see the price he put in on that national treasure. I want to see it. I want to see it. I want to hear the price. I want to hear the price that treasure is worth. Because the last time the government bought a painting, watchmen are people. Listen to me as a citizen. Come back, Flex. Listen to me as a citizen. About 7 years ago, the PNM came into administration. Good. They came out and said, Trinidad had money in the treasury for 3 days. I believe it's 3 days or 3 months or something like that. I just want to correct the statement. Out of that 3 days or 3 months, money in the treasury, they bought a $3 million painting. So we have money to buy a painting, while we only have money for 3 months in the treasury. You know how much public servants could have gotten paid? You know how much pensioners could have gotten pension? You know how much people who hold the food card could have inherited from that $3 million? You know how much Panadol and Panadine we could have put in the hospital for $3 million? But you know what? That painting had more value than you, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. I remember when the Prime Minister said, I am not going to beg for vaccine. Were you important to him? No! Hell no! But on every election day, we, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, are important. You know why? This finger, you see this 1-inch finger? It is important to the ruling party. That is the only time we are important. It's facts. It's facts. Look at it for yourself and you would see. Look at it. So we are going for a short commercial break, viewers. But when we come back, I want to hear from you if it is okay to let migrants' children access education in Trinidad and Tobago right after this break.
Central Trinidad, get ready as Real Talk, a group of companies, presents their first corridor competition on Independence Day, 31st of August 2022 from 10 a.m. till at Pier Road Recreation Ground, Shagwanas. Registration fee is just $600. Registration will be closed off on 24th of August. Big prizes to be given out. First place, $6,000. Second place, $4,000. Best presentation, best taste, best tent decoration. So walk with your coolers, but remember, no glass bottles allowed. So tell your friend, tell your family, this Independence Day, all roads lead to Pier Road Recreation Ground, Shagwanas, as Real Talk group of companies host their first corridor competition as we party with Selector Flex, Daddy Chinese, Dubraj Prasad, Suresh Maraj, Aditya C. Prasad, Raju Lalu, Amila Lalu, Show Blazer, all powered by Soundboys Sound System. So remember, the place to be on the 31st of August, this Independence is at Pier Road Recreation Ground as we curry duck. For further information, contact 238-6716 or 242-7690 or 339-1670.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Real Talk Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Real Talk Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
Are you looking for quick cash and do not know where to turn? We have got the answer for you. Visit us at Real Talk Group of Companies. We are a licensed money lending financial institution. We are located at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas. Our phone numbers are 339-1670, 267-7325 or 238-6716. Contact us today. We look forward to hearing from you.
Do you want to make the best investment but not sure where to turn? Put your mind at ease and worry no more. Real Talk Group of Companies is giving you a whopping 3.5% interest on your investments. Come on down and visit us today. We have 2 convenient locations just for you. Visit us at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando. Sit back and watch your money grow at Real Talk Investment. Do contact us now at 238-6716, 339-1670, or 242-7690. Our team of professionals are waiting for you. Grab this opportunity and invest today. Real Talk Investment, helping real people make real money. This ad was paid for by the Real Talk Group of Companies Limited.
Welcome back to Real Talk viewers. Just a little update. The students who scored 50% and under in SEA, the government, the Ministry of Education, all right, it's 9,000 students who were under 50%. Now when they go, they will have to retake this education exam. $9,000 students who scored under 50% in Form 2. In Form 2. Will have to do over the SEA. They will have to do over the SEA. But nevertheless, at least they are getting a second chance, and maybe they could probably do better this time. Because remember, we had some students couldn't have afford laptops, internet, things like that. But nevertheless, we want to thank the ministry for giving those students a second chance. So, thousands of migrant children in TNT should be given the opportunity to access an education, saying a coordinator of the Laramine Migrant Support Group, Angie Ramnarine. The call came after opposition leader Kamala Prasad Bisesa raised the issue of the children education. In 2019, 16,523 Venezuelan migrants were allowed to legally work in Trinidad and Tobago. And since then, they have been given extension to legally work and live here. So now, there are just over 4,000 children between the ages of 5 and 17 among the asylum seekers and refuge registered with the UNHCR in Trinidad and Tobago. So viewers, should the migrants' children be given access to education in Trinidad and Tobago? Do you think education is supposed to be one of the key figures in any country? Security, T. Health, education, and security. First priority in any country. I always say this. First priority in any country. Do we have it in Trinidad? Ask yourself if we have it in Trinidad. Where is our education system? Is it failing us? Where is the Ministry of Health? Is our health system crumbling slowly in Trinidad and Tobago? What about our protective service, from the Coast Guard to the Army, to the police, the prison officers? Where are they? What's our response? And there's a list of declining sectors in Trinidad and Tobago that for some reason it cannot fix. Why? Is it that they don't want the system to be fixed? With a population of 1.4 million people, you're going to tell me millions of dollars flowing through our country and we cannot fix our own sectors right here in our country? We had an oil refinery. We have a pitch lake. Two main resource any country would long for. And where is ours? Where is ours? You tell me, where's ours? I always ask myself, why can't we use the pitch lake and patch some of the holes? Why it is the refinery was shut down? But nevertheless, those are answers that hopefully one day we would get. Trinidad and Tobago, you have viewed Real Talk with Saieed Ali. I am your host, Saeed. We have come to the end of our program tonight, but nevertheless, there's a rerun of this program tomorrow from 11:30 to 12:30 p.m. Until we meet again, viewers, I will tell you, when you go after growth, you will be successful, because you are pressing forward. Until we meet again, good night.